Less than a day after arriving from San Francisco, I was on my way back to the United States. Since the start of the pandemic, the SAS Café Lounge in Trondheim had been closed, but finally it had been reopened again. My first leg this morning was flying from Trondheim to Oslo. It was still winter, it was February in 2023, so it was still dark on my entire flight. But as we approached Oslo, the sun started appearing. It was just a short stop in Oslo, but I managed to grab a coffee in the lounge before heading for my flight to Copenhagen. Winter was still in effect in Norway, and the flight was in wintry landscape under blue skies. The flight from Oslo to Copenhagen was fast, and we arrived in sunny Copenhagen. This is where it got interesting. My flight to Chicago was cancelled and I had to fly back to San Francisco. By now, less than 2 days after arriving from San Francisco with Fridtjof Viking, I was back on board Fridtjof Viking, flying to San Francisco. As you can see, it was a beautiful afternoon in February of 2023 when we took off from Copenhagen bound for San Francisco. Without a doubt in my mind, a flight without a window seat is not a good flight at all. It was now time to get into that Scandinavian long-haul mood, enjoying my flight. As soon as we reached cruising altitude, drinks and snacks were served, and then there was the dinner. The view out the window as we flew in over Canada was surreal. It was absolutely an amazing sight to see. We reached the border of United States. Breakfast was served. Less than 70 hours after leaving San Francisco, I was back in San Francisco. By this time, I was worried. Was I sitting on the right side of the plane, or was I sitting on the wrong side? This time, I got lucky. As I witnessed Fridtjof Viking heading back to Copenhagen, I was preparing for my first Dreamliner flight. A Dreamliner flight on board United Airlines from San Francisco to Chicago. I fell asleep on my overnight flight to Chicago, but before 5 a.m. I was finally in downtown Chicago.